Hey, how's it going, folks? Now please watch this video towards the end because it's going to shock you very, very well. Now I'm only checking suburbs. All right, so this suburb is called Preston, located in Victoria. Roughly, if you look at the Google Maps, it roughly is 7 kilometers away from the city. I think most people would like to live, white collar or whatever. Price can range, like old house can range, from 800,000 to 1.7 million. Obviously, condition, renovation, bedrooms as well. All right. So here you go. Here's a listing of the total of the thing. Now, as you can see on top of there, this is where, don't worry about the property development. These are the old houses, the tally. And this is like sky high rises, multi-level apartments or units. And this like, double story type of apartment. So I don't want to do the maths. You guys can figure out. This one is 34 or 3-bedroom old houses. Units 42 is on the market, 2-bedroom, and a 2-bedroom is 30. Now, hang on. Now, if you look at that part, that's the sold part, right? So that's sold on a month on April. You got 9 sold for 3-bedroom old house, right? Then we have, the top of the list on the units is 10 in 2 bedrooms. Then apartments is 2 bedrooms, all right? This is going to be a funny part, all right? Apartments and units, most of them who bought it during COVID, and they flogged it off. So I know the next slide is going to be messy. Is this the one? Yep, that's the one. Okay, I do apologize because I'm at work and I explained this to you. So that's the year and that's the price. So 1994, 3-bedroom, not 865K. They sold it in 2024, 1.3 million. All right, you guys can work it out. You guys smarter than me. It's less than $500,000 profit, give or take with the interest. All right, that's pretty not that great. Be honest, 1994, you gain that much. It's not that great, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Down below, so 2018, they bought a house, 975,000, 3-bedroom, and sold it for 1.5 million. You see, all these home renovated houses, and you can look at the figures on top of here, right? You're making money, Some of them you don't, some of them you do, all right? I'm not here to tease or anything like that. Some of them, these two odd figures, it means these owners have bought it maybe 1980s or 1970s or 1960s. They haven't had a record, and now they're selling for $1 million. So, some of these houses being properly owned, some of them just been owned for 10 years or whatever. And yeah, they want to flog it out and they made money. All right, another one is 1.44 million in 2024. And this one here, this is a pretty good news, right? 4-bedroom, 500K, and to 2024, 1.4. Basically, you're close to triple of your investment. Like I said, you go for renovators, and unfortunately nowadays, old properties are not as highly yield rental in comparison to apartment and units because they're a lot newer. They have air conditioning, because Preston is an old suburb, like air conditioning, better water system, like just modern style, right? But they can do that depending on how they renovate. All right, let's get down here. This is very interesting. Apartment 2-bedroom, 2015, they bought it for $510,000. And 2024, they sold it $600,000. You literally lost money because of all the interest and everything like that. Oh well, but then you got to rent it out and pay 33% capital gain tax. Not my problem. This is a big loss, right? After Corona, 320K, one better, 2022, and sold it in 2024, 332K. You've only literally gained 12K. But with all the interest, capital gain tax, you've lost money already. So yeah. So this is a funny one, right? You lost 15K, 2021 to 2024. Like really, you lost 15K. After the capital gain tax, maintenance service, you know, maintenance from the real estate experts that you're not making money. All right, so some of them are 240K. And look at here, two better, 271K in 2016, and now they sold it to 2024, 460K. These houses are being devalued. The older they get, the more devalued they get. Not even old. You give them 2 years, they already lost 12K. All right, so this one is a more of an old type of housing. That's understandable, earning, under 300K. So you can see from here, sorry my writing is bad, I'm just at work like I said. Like, they bought it in COVID time, right? Look at this one. 2021, 590K, lost what? 45K in 2024. This house was listed in 2023 and just sold in April 2024. Gotta be kidding me, man. You can see this is like an old style, like they bought 2012, 555K and sold it in 1 mil. Basically, you double the whole thing. All right, you see the old units, they flog out a lot better than obviously they bought it cheap. I'm not gonna explain. All right, look at this one, 2021. What is it? Two better. All right, 2021 they bought it in 660K and they sold it off for 687K in 2024. Man, you lost money, my friend. So when people come, look, this one, another one, 2018, 643K. It's like pretty much the close to the peak. This is like the peakest of the time. And sold it in like, okay, you make it 100K, 140K, all right? But the moral of the story that I'm saying here is the fact that everyone talks about investments. And the biggest win, of course, is up there, right? You're making double or triple, whatever, right? Obviously, what's below here, you get high rental, right? But it just seems like those who bought it in Corona, they got out of their 2 years fix, or maybe land tax, and they flog it out, just down below. Like I said, this is just briefly. I couldn't imagine for the last 12 months what the house is going to be. Oh, actually, I can't say 12 months. Land tax introduced on January, February. Let's just say 3 months ago. I couldn't imagine if I scroll down to March, February, April. No, it's not April. I can't say April. January, February, March. I couldn't imagine what the house is going to be like. This is just the beginning, right? And, interest rate just put on hold. I don't know. I believe we're 6.25 interest rate. I don't know. What is interest rate? So the cash rate at the moment with the RBA is 4.35 right now. The next meeting will be the 18th of June 2024. I just went on, Combank, just quickly browse through. It ranges between 6 to 8%, depending on what it is. I'm not going to get into details. You guys are a lot smarter than me. It can be 6.7, can be 7.8, it can be 8.6, depending on the whole thing. Variable, and you got to pay principal as well. So, it's going to get worse. So this is the video just to show you. This is not the beginning stage yet. And well, what my landlord's been telling me, interest rate didn't went up this time because they're waiting for the end of financial year, the federal budget, and basically is asking the government to kick their ass up, or else the RBA will increase inflation if the government's not doing anything. Enjoy.